There's a huge problem that we are facing in terms of our economy, in terms of our finance. We are not in a position to pay to the bank. We are not in a position to pay salary, monthly salary to our. You know that we are coming from budget families. We are not from royal families. So we started the schools by getting the financial help from the local banks, and the local banks are pressurizing us very hard to pay them the remaining amount. It's a healthy beginning. The elections were held in a very democratic way, and we believe that the Private School Association Kupwara is going to be a dynamic association throughout the valley, and inshallah it will be a great lesson to the rest of the valley, inshallah. As far as the challenges are concerned, we have a lot of challenges that we are facing in our day-to-day lives. The most important factor is that right now we are not being allowed to run the community classes in the private schools. I would like to bring it in your notice that maximum number of those government schools, especially up to 8th standard, that are running in the villages, they are normally having their physical classes there, but unfortunately private schools are not allowed to run the community classes. Even so, in their school premises we are not being allowed. Because of this, there's a huge problem that we are facing in terms of our economy, in terms of our finance. We are not in a position to pay to the bank. We are not in a position to pay salary, monthly salary to our teachers, and we are the worst sufferers right now.
So what would be your message to those parents who are defaulting?
Actually the parents, they are in a sort of chaos. They are in a sort of frustration. The parent who has not been able to send his child to the school for the last 3 years, he is in a dilemma whether to put his child in the same school or not. He is in a dilemma. He is not in a position. He is not mentally ready to pay us. We are actually asking the government that if we can maintain the SOPs in our schools. This is our request to the government, that there are maximum number of schools who have enough of space. We have our own space. We have our play fields. We can accommodate the students there. We can maintain the social gap inside the classrooms. If at all we are allowed to run our classwork, the problem, the time.
We have also come across.
See, when we started our schools, there was a pressure from the government side to start our own construction. As you know that we are coming from budget families. We are not from royal families. So we started the schools by getting the financial help from the local banks, and the local banks are pressurizing us very hard to pay them the remaining amount. But we are not in that position to pay them back.
What is your message to them?
My humble request to LG is that there are plenty of schools in the Kashmir Valley who have a very good space where they can accommodate the students, where they can maintain social distancing. We can maintain social distancing. We can follow SOPs. Even we can follow SOPs. If at all we will be allowed to start community classes within our school premises, it will be a blessing in disguise for us.
Overall, this was the healthiest election. What happened today, at least all the schools throughout the district came and assembled under a single banner. So we can say it's a big achievement for Private School Association. Though this is the part and parcel of the game, one can win and others have to lose. But overall, this was a grand gathering and big achievement for Private School Association कि सारे एक ही बैनर के नीचे आ गए. Perception among the masses are common in Kashmir. You have thousands of perceptions in the floating on the surface, but what is reality? वो वही जानता है जो उसके साथ जुड़ा हुआ है. Reality can be seen today. What has been taken by the schools to what they have contributed to the society, and what has been done by the administration and by the society to the schools. It is on records. ये perception जो है it is floating on surfaces. We know हमें इस बारे में कोई घबराने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. ये फ्लोट करते रहेंगे. लेकिन जहाँ तक प्राइवेट स्कूल्स का ताल्लुक है, उनकी एक बड़ी कंट्रीब्यूशन रही है. पैंडेमिक में स्कूल सफ़र कर रहे हैं. अब हमारा एजुकेशन सेक्टर सफ़र कर रहा है. हर एक सेक्टर सफ़र कर रहा है. बातें आना यकीनी बात है. बातें आएंगी इसमें. Like that will be seen by the administration and by the committees constituted by the president of the district, and this issue has been taken on board many times and they have got resolved. आगे जो मसाइल होंगे उनको भी देखा जाएगा. अगर कहीं होगा उसको ठीक तरीके से हल
دیکھو طارق صاحب، جہاں تک الیکشن کی بات ہے، یہ ایک دیرینہ ڈیمانڈ تھی پرائیویٹ اسکول ایسوسیٹیڈ جو ممبرس ہیں ڈسٹرکٹ لیول پہ، تو کچھ نامساعد حالات ہوئے جس کی وجہ سے ہم الیکشن نہیں کر پائے. تو اس میں ہم خود بھی خطاوار ہیں کہ ہم ایک ہی پلیٹ فارم پہ جمع نہیں ہو پائے آج تک، لیکن الحمدللہ آج بہت ہی ایک اچھا جو آپ کو دیکھنے کو یہاں پہ ملا ہے کہ اسکولز کی بہت ہی اچھی پارٹیسپیشن رہی یہاں پہ الیکشن میں. تو مسائل جو ہمارے یہاں پہ پرائیویٹ اسکول کے، تو وہ تو اتنے زیادہ ہیں کہ کتنے مسائل حل ہو سکتے ہیں، لیکن امید کریں گے انشاءاللہ کہ پرائیویٹ اسکول کے جو مسائل اس وقت درپیش ہیں، کمیونٹی کلاسز ہمارے نہیں ہو رہے ہیں، یا جو فی کا مسئلہ ہے کہ پیرنٹ اتنے متنفر ہوئے ہیں اسکولنگ سے، فی بھر نہیں پاتے ہیں. جو ابھی آپ سوال پوچھ رہے تھے اس سے پہلے میرے ایک دوست کو کہ پرائیویٹ اسکولز میں جو ٹیچرز تعینات ہیں ان کی سیلری نہیں ہے، وہ بھی ایک ایشو ہے. تو ان سارے ایشوز کو لے کے ہم انشاءاللہ جو ڈسٹرکٹ ایڈمنسٹریشن اب پھر سے ہم تشکیل دینے جا رہے ہیں، جو اس وقت نذیر صاحب کامیاب ہوئے اس الیکشن میں، اس آپ کی وسادت سے میں ان کو مبارکباد بھی پیش کرتا ہوں، لیکن سارے مسائل انشاءاللہ اب مل بیٹھ کے ہی حل ہوں گے.